This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, 3 people are in custody tonight after an incident in Norridgewock that sent schools into lockdown and shuttered local businesses.
Police were called to a home on the airport road for a reported home invasion and armed robbery around 8 a.m. According to the Somerset County Sheriff's Office, 3 individuals, 2 males and a female, entered a residence and proceeded to assault the resident of the home and take a large sum of money. When deputies arrived, the suspects had fled the scene and proceeded into the woods on foot. The State Police Tactical Team, Fairfield Police, Skowhegan Police, and a Forest Service helicopter all were called in to assist the Sheriff's Office as they searched the Airport Road and Route 2 area.
It was a great example of teamwork, collaboration. There was a lot of communications that took place for this to be a successful event. Right.
Sheriff Dale Lancaster says they were able to capture the female suspect fairly quickly. Later in the afternoon, 2 other suspects were located near the Baker farm. The 3 suspects are currently facing Class A armed robbery charges, and Sheriff Lancaster says the resident of the home did not sustain any life-threatening injuries during the incident. Lancaster says this is an ongoing investigation and more charges are possible.
A rare sight in Augusta today as all 3 branches of government are involved in a case at the Maine Supreme Judicial Court. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard was there and has more on how this case came to be.
This is a significant dispute between 2 branches of government that affect matters of public interest.
On Wednesday, the Maine Supreme Judicial Court heard arguments in the case of the Government Oversight Committee v. Maine DHHS. The case revolves around whether or not DHHS has to comply with subpoenas issued by the committee for confidential records related to the 4 child deaths they are investigating.
This court has already answered the question with an unequivocal yes. The executive branch cannot withhold documents from the legislature simply because they are not publicly available. For over 50 years, this court has recognized that an investigative committee may compel production of confidential records unless expressly prohibited by statute.
Arguments made by the GOC cited a 1970 Maine Supreme Court case, Maine Sugars v. Maine Industrial Building Authority, in which the court ruled that confidential documents must be turned over to an investigative committee when subpoenaed. The Attorney General's office, which is representing Maine DHHS, disagrees and says this is about maintaining separation of powers.
By rejecting the GOC's novel claims and affirming the Superior Court's reasoned decision, this court can, in fact, preserve the carefully calibrated balance between and among our 3 branches of government.
The Supreme Court didn't issue a ruling on the arguments made Wednesday, but says a written ruling is expected soon due to the January 3rd start date of the new legislative session. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In the wake of the resignation of Maine's Office of Child and Family Services Director, DHHS Commissioner Jean Lambrou testified before the Government Oversight Committee this afternoon. Commissioner Lambrou says they have named an acting director, Bobby Johnson, who has around 30 years of experience in the child welfare system. She adds that while they have begun a nationwide search for a permanent director, Lambrou said she has full confidence in Johnson's ability to lead the department. Members of the committee discussed a proposed bill that would separate the Office of Child and Family Services from Maine DHHS.
Years ago, there were bills that would create separate child welfare departments. At that time, the department opposed those bills because of concern about integration of services and potential costs. All that said, we presented to the Blue Ribbon Commission on that studying the Department of Health and Human Services about a month ago and said we're willing to reconsider that position.
Commissioner Lambrou went on to say the department is continuing to address concerns raised by child caseworkers, including staffing, pay, and workload.
Tonight in downtown Bangor, a vigil is taking place to remember Andrew Allen, Dylan Smith, and Timmy Tuttle, who died 2 years ago in a house fire.
Our Doug Banks joins us live from where tonight's vigil is taking place. Doug?
Thank you. It was 2 years ago yesterday where a fire claimed the lives of 3 men who took shelter in an abandoned building after being removed from a homeless encampment. With me now is Penobscot County Care's co-founder, Doug Dunbar. Thank you for being with us here tonight.
Thank you.
When you look behind you and you see this empty lot, what are some of the things that you think about?
Well, we'll have a vigil here at 7 o'clock to remember Andy Allen, Dylan Smith, and Tim Tuttle, 3 members of our community who took shelter here. They had been removed from a homeless encampment and, tragically were consumed in a horrific fire. And I think about them, but it also reminds me that in the 2 years that have gone by since, this empty lot reminds me that there's still a lot of emptiness. There's still a lot to be done. We really haven't progressed much. I think when I look here that this should have been the catalyst for urgency and for greater planning and greater action. And to be honest, it really wasn't. We have wonderful people doing outreach work and case management. They do heroic work, but there aren't enough of them and there aren't enough resources. We have fewer shelter beds in Bangor today than we did before COVID. So I look at this empty lot and I think there's a lot of emptiness because there's so much more to be done.
Thank you. And we're going to have more at 10 o'clock tonight, Doug. Thank you for being with us here tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
In Bangor, I'm Doug Banks for ABC 7 Fox 22 News. Beth and Peter, back to you in the studio.
All right, Doug, thank you. In other news tonight, according to the National Road Safety Foundation, the year-end holiday period from Thanksgiving through New Year's is one of the most dangerous times to be on the road. Our Grace Blanchard spoke with officials about important travel safety reminders this season.
It's a sad thing when a family have to get that knock on the door because someone has been killed in a car crash.
Traffic crashes are a leading cause of death during the winter holiday season.
We average about 6,400 traffic deaths nationwide, and a lot of this is attributed to impairment.
The National Road Safety Foundation says alcohol, fatigue, and distracted driving are often the major factors in fatal holiday crashes. Those factors, coupled with winter weather, call for elevated levels of caution this time of year.
We have weather that alters plans, and folks are so focused on wanting to be part of something positive, and so they're going to continue to travel. We see an increase of traffic crashes.
Law enforcement say this is often one of the most difficult times of the year for public safety officials.
Most traffic crashes certainly aren't criminal intent. They are simply individuals that are not paying attention, and it's not paying attention to the conditions of the road at the time.
Officials say it's important to allow extra time to clear snow and ice off your vehicles for clear visuals and to prevent debris from impacting other drivers on the road.
You can totally prevent these things from happening. We can prevent them from happening if we take responsibility by following the rules of the road.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Some great reminders, especially as we're starting to experience that winter weather as well.
Absolutely, the colder temperatures, and then you combine the winter weather and maybe potentially adverse driving conditions with, that holiday stress, that holiday rush.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's turn things over and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, building for your pets? Check them out at Winterport or at the Bangor Mall, and of course at winterportsheds.com. All right, guys, a cold day out there last couple days. Yesterday, our high temperature was only at around 27 degrees. Look at our average high. It's supposed to be in those upper 30s, and nowhere near that yesterday, and same thing into the day today, as high temperatures were only back in the 20s. Look at these chilly, well below average lows we started out this morning with. Bitterly cold, 2 below zero here in town. Mid-teens right by the coast. Of course, that water is still in the 40s and 50s, so a little bit of a breeze off the coast created some warmer temperatures. But here in town, we were not lucky. Below zero temperatures to start out the day, then back in the 20s as our high temperature was at around 21, 27 in Bar Harbor, 25 in the Rockland area, 26 in some spots, even 30 by Waterville. So a little bit warmer to the west, but overall, though, well below average once again. We did have a light breeze. Now things are a little bit more more calm. We're looking at a solid 3-mile-per-hour breeze here in town. Bar Harbor, Rockland, same story, right by the coast. So not much to talk about with the winds. But, of course, with those colder temperatures, it feels much cooler than that. Overnight tonight, we're going to be dipping back into the teens, even some single digits in some spots. Beth and Peter?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much.
And we have more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Toyota has 22 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models to conquer the elements, like the tough, full-size Toyota Tundra, designed, engineered, and built in the USA. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole Blacklight mini golf course. Budget friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Happy holidays from Central Maine Denture and licensed denturist Patrick Allen, creating smiles with private care and premium service. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Visit us at our Dexter, Guilford, Dover, Foxcroft, Greenville Junction, Brownville, and Canaan locations. Happy holidays from Leo & Sons Auto Repair, a family-owned business providing fast and dependable auto repair services.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Wreaths Across America's Escort to Arlington is the country's longest Veterans Parade, and it begins this Sunday in Ellsworth. Our Matthew Jurancic has the details.
A decade ago, the Hancock County Sheriff's Department made it a tradition to host Wreath Across America in its quest of honoring veterans at Arlington National Cemetery. It's since become more than a tradition. It's a reminder to never forget.
We care for each and every veteran, whether they are serving, actively serving, they are deceased. We still want the family members to know we support their sacrifices.
Before embarking to Arlington, a ceremony is held for veterans and their families, honoring their service and work overseas. A tradition that's seen much success and continues to grow.
2 years ago, we started a piece called Welcome Home, and it's a ceremony where we welcome our Vietnam veterans with a pinning ceremony. Last year, we had over 20 Vietnam veterans that came and were so pleased by the first year that they wanted to be recognized last year.
Due to frigid temperatures, this year's ceremony will be held inside the Ellsworth Down East family's YMCA gymnasium. It's the first time the ceremony has been held indoors. Despite being a first, Down East Family YMCA's Associate Executive Officer Jenny Wood says this has a special place in her heart.
My dad served in the Navy, and he is a veteran. He has now passed on. This means so much to me and to this Y, for all those families out there that have lost loved ones, still have loved ones with us, that we're able to offer this.
Veterans like William Stubbs say they appreciate the support they get from the community.
It made me feel that they cared, somebody cared, to put this on, to honor us. These older ones that, that they bring them give them some awards and recognize their names and everything. And when they stand up there, and that place is clapping, and they well deserve it. They well deserve it.
This year's ceremony will feature a guest speaker and performances by the Cave Hill School and Jolly Juniors 4-H Club. In Ellsworth, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And an additional note that our own Susan Farley will be the MC for that event on Sunday.
They say there's no place like home for the holidays, but for many of our servicemen and women, that's just not an option. So a local business is sending our Maine soldiers a taste of home. Devin Dagnall explains.
Our soldiers sacrifice everything for us every day, and so it's the least that we can do just to show our support and appreciation.
For just $50, you can send a Maine soldier the best parts of home, borrowing their family, in a personally curated gift box through Box of Maine. The boxes are filled with a variety of Pine State goodies like Moxie, Humpty Dumpty chips, and Red Snapper hot dogs, just to name a few. According to Box of Maine operations manager Brian Boutot, even though it seems small, something from home means a lot to these troops during the holidays.
It's nice to be able to give them a taste of Maine, a taste of home, just some encouragement. You'd be amazed what just a bag of beef jerky or a balsam fir pillow can mean to somebody that's been gone for 6 months.
Since its initial run with the Maine Veterans Project last year, the sponsor Maine Soldier Box program has already grown considerably.
We've already broken 100 this year, which is awesome because that was our goal, but the names just keep on flowing in. So there's actually more soldiers being deployed this year than there was last year, and we still have more people on our list to send care packages to.
The best part is you don't have to know a Maine soldier to sponsor their box, so as long as you can pay, Box of Maine will take care of the rest. To sponsor a Maine soldier, visit boxofmaine.com/Maine soldier or follow the link on our website, foxbangor.com. In Brewer, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Definitely a great thing to do there.
Absolutely. I love that one picture. He seemed very excited about the Humpty Dumpty chips, and who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be? All right, there's more to come, folks. Stay with us.
Hello, fellow flyers. I'm the Savvy Traveler, here to share the secrets of convenience at Bangor International Airport. Parking, you're steps away from the terminal. Inside, even more conveniences. And friendly, efficient security. All of these make BGR the official airport of you. Remember, the Savvy Travel through Bangor International Airport. FlyBangor.com.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day. And real human support. And answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with some college hoops. Husson men's basketball is out to a hot 7-1 start, and a huge spark is coming from a new face in town. The Eagles returning a good bunch of top guys from last year, but junior guard Riles Neff is really making a name for himself. The transfer from Menlo College in California is averaging 18 points a game, and he's shooting 53% from the field. He's also racking up 6 assists a game. And head coach Warren Caruso says the way he helps his teammates is his biggest contribution.
It's kind of pulled things all together for us, kind of make everything work. Him coming in has taken some pressure off some other guys, some of the young guys that were playing, and really helped them become better.
It's obviously a good feeling, but obviously it wouldn't happen without the guys around me and the whole team. It kind of put me in a system where I can thrive, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So far, the Eagles are at the top of the NAC conference with 84 points per game. Those numbers may not tell the whole story, though, as Coach Caruso believes the team is still in the feeling itself out process. The defense is also leading the NAC as well, so focusing on that will be key to becoming more complete as they head into the holiday break.
Our offensive execution has to get better, and we're putting some points up, but our execution can be at a higher level. Really pleased with our defensive end of the floor. Our numbers at that end are really good. And offensively, I think we just got to continue to find ourselves and define some roles that will come into play here as the semester ends.
All right, moving on, but staying with some basketball now. The Maine Celtics kicking off a 5-game homestand tonight with the Delaware Bluecoats. The two teams also play tomorrow night at the Expo. Both games start at 7 p.m. Earlier today, the Celtics announcing next Saturday night, December 16th, will be Lewiston Strong Night at the Expo. The Boston Celtics Shamrock Foundation will be donating $50,000 to the Lewiston Auburn Metro Foundation. The team will also be wearing Lewiston Blue Devil colors that night, and what promises to be an uplifting night for the Lewiston Auburn community.
The state of Maine is a small community, and I mean, unfortunately with the circumstances that we've had to do this under, but you see the strength of this community from top to bottom, you know, and I think the night of the 16th, I'm hoping that we are able to pack the house and more importantly be able to support that community in a way. And once again, we're uplifting and celebrating.
All right, and it's a big night for the Black Bears. Just a few minutes ago, Maine women's basketball tipping off in one of their final non-conference home games. They're hosting Harvard. That started at 6:15. At 7 p.m., Maine men's basketball tips off on the road against Boston University. A win would give them a 7-4 record on the year. That's a pretty good start for them. And also at 7 p.m. and also on the road, Maine men's hockey plays at Union College, looking for their 3rd straight win against the team Ben Barr had his first college hockey coaching job with. We'll have all those highlights tonight at 10 on Fox and at 11 right here on ABC. But for now, that's all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our Maine weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studios in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And a pretty calm day out there today, right? We did see a good amount of clouds, but it was cold. I had to put on my double layers and I was still cold on my face. So folks, please bundle up the next couple of days with these really cold and well below average temperatures all over the region. For right now though, we have mainly cloudy skies, but we will continue to clear up into those overnight hours. Now future rainfall is showing a really good rainmaker on the way. Look at all this precipitation moving in from the south, around 1.5 inches in Dover Foxcroft. So a lot of rain is on the way, and this time around, I know it's December, but we're going to have warmer temperatures, and it's mainly going to be a rain event all over the state. Even Greenville is going to get mainly rain with even up to 1.5 inches to 2 inches of liquid equivalent rain. Look at the snow, not much at all. You got to go well up north of Greenville, north of Millinocket area, and pretty much into the Quebec area. That's where we're really going to get tapped into some snow that will start to accumulate, especially on the back end with that cold front coming in, and of course that rain turning into snow. We do have around 4, 5, 6 inches inches of snow on the ground. Some of this might be slightly overdoing it, but of course with these cold temperatures in the area, the snow is sticking around and will be sticking around at least the next couple of days. It's December though. I'm getting all excited for Christmas. I know you folks are as well. So take a look at this graphic. I haven't used this in around a year since last Christmas. In the Midwest, upper Midwest, you have really good chances of having a white Christmas. Look at the Northeast though. These colors, these blue colors, go all the way up north into our area. So for us, on average, we have around a 50% chance of having a white Christmas. I know we want to say 90, but we'll see how things go. Around 4, 5, 6 inches are on the ground for now. That will be melting as that warm air makes its way into our area. Look at this, 50s, 60s, 70s in Denver. They just had snow several days ago. Look all the way up north, Bismarck, North Dakota, mid-60s outside. Wow. Record-breaking heats. They had single digits, even well below 0-degree temperatures just a few days ago. Now, we're going to stay cold the next couple of days. Now, look what happens closer to the weekend. That low-pressure system is going to be pretty much tracking like this. So, of course, on the southern end, we get mainly rain, and then Quebec and north of that is where we're tapping into a little bit more snow mixing in, and, of course, on the back end, maybe some snowflakes will be mixing in as that cold, cold air starts to roll on in. For tonight, though, get ready. It's going to be cold. Some spots will be in the single digits, mostly clear skies and a light breeze for tomorrow. Another cold day, mid-20s outside, mostly sunny skies and a light breeze once again. Our extended forecast outlook does show 30s making a return by Friday into Saturday. Look at Sunday though. Oh boy, we're warming back up into the 40s and even some 50s by beginning of next week. Beth and Peter?
All right, thank you, Conrad.
And we will be right back.
Do you need to replace your windows, but worry that your project will be hard to schedule and too expensive? Then call Renewal by Andersen, the custom replacement window division of Andersen. Our windows are made with an exclusive Fibrex material that's vastly superior to vinyl and backed by the nation's best warranty. Be sure to ask about our 1-year price lock guarantee to secure a price that's good for 1 full year. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation and a money-saving offer. Installation is always included. Call now.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA Insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA Insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Finding the right health insurance can be, well, stressful. Between feeling invisible in the eyes of big corporations and wondering if you can afford the coverage you need, it can make even your best days feel uneasy. But when you join Community Health Options, you have real Mainers in your corner, people who know how hard it is out there and put your needs over their profits, giving you the freedom to focus on what truly matters in life. People over profits. Now that's a novel idea. Enroll today at healthoptions.org.
It's the sale everyone's been waiting for. The Columbia Fleece Sale is going on now at Label Shopper. Shop men's and women's Columbia Fleece now through Monday and save. Hurry in. Label Shopper. Great clothes, great prices. Tonight, the Ukraine funding fight.
To walk away would be a disgrace.
And the border debate.
We've got to be able to solve all these problems.
Where things stand, more Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Finally tonight, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is asking the community for help with their annual Secret Santa initiative. For the past 9 years, the Sheriff's Office has been collecting donations during the winter months to help people with basic needs. The money donated goes towards purchasing groceries, helping rural food banks, and providing a few special gifts along the way. The Sheriff's Office says whether it is paying for someone's gas or showing up to area grocery stores and paying people's tabs, it leaves an impact on the officers and the community.
Sometimes our officers are asked to do difficult things, and they're not always in the positive light. And many of us don't have the financial resources to be able to go out and do these events on their own. But as a group, to be able to go out as law enforcement together and provide these blessings through our Secret Santa initiative to individuals all over the county is amazing.
Donations will be accepted well beyond the holidays as they plan to continue giving back to the community all through the winter season. Cash or checks can be dropped off or mailed to the Sheriff's Office at 85 Hammond Street in Bangor.
A wonderful way to pay it forward. And love that they're extending it through the holiday season.
These initiatives are so important. They really are. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC 7 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.
Tonight, breaking news as we come on the air, the deadly shooting on campus in Las Vegas. Authorities say multiple victims. The image is coming in now. The